had to rethink my rear brackets because with having a single bolt that was going through the frame rail, it was allowing the bracket to pivot, and when it would pivot, it would actually twist this like that and would put everything in a huge bind. I had to do some crazy stuff to get it out of a bind this morning just so I can redo the brackets. And what I've done is I welded this steel bar on here all the way through so it's against the frame rail to keep it from doing this, so the bracket won't twist like that. So easy fix, but pain in the butt, and it's working now. It's not going up against the car, and it's not putting the jack in a bind. So yeah, on to getting some more stuff taken off of the car: gas tank, shocks, front wheels and tires, and get the interior out. And I think I should be able to raise it up high enough to jack with the flipping it over on its side. Oh my gosh, my car's flipped over on its side. Man, talk about a pain in the ass. Oh man. So my dipshit ass had it about close to where it is now, and then it started sliding down because I forgot to tighten them. Yeah, so that's where it slid to. Whoopie-doo. Yeah, I already had it on its side. It didn't damage anything, it didn't hit anything. Actually, where I had it, it stopped on the brake caliper from going any further. So I had to flip it all the way back flat, lower it down, scoot this back on, and then tighten the bolts. But here it is. As you can see, some surface flaky flakes and stuff. A little bit of damage here to the torque box, but I can make another one of them. Ain't no big deal. Just kind of match up that one over there. But man, this is going to make life so much easier than laying down underneath of it like I did my last one. Yeah. So I guess that's probably what I'll do first, is work on this bottom, get it scraped off, and then lower it down and put it on jack stands so I don't bend anything. Put one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and then I'll pull the quarters off and work on the quarter panels. Because I got quarter panels, outer wheel wells. You can see that, it's pretty nice. And then I got the drop-offs, all AMD, and then I went ahead and ordered this panel here too, this little flat panel. Probably could have made it, but hey, they already got them, might as well. But frame-wise, this car is beautiful. Beautiful. I've had this freaking rotisserie for, man, I'm gonna say 7, maybe 8 years. Been wanting to put this car on it all this time, but haven't had room in my garage because, of course, I had Pearl in here all that time. I was surprised I was able to do it with the suspension still on, but of course that will come off too, because I'm going to replace those bushings, clean it all up. Yay. That's great. Yeah, I got room over here. Not much, but I got some. And my garage door just barely clears past here, so I pulled Dusty out of the garage because I was freaked out raising it up. I could just see it freaking flipping over and hitting my other car and destroying it. I was like, nah, I don't think so. Yeah, like I said, it's close, but it shuts. And this is what I got. Oh yeah, oh lovely, lovely rocker panels. All kinds of mud over in here, so but the quarter comes all the way down to here. Yep. Windows still in. Seats still in. Probably would have been easier to flip over with all that stuff out, with that K-frame out. But it held. Starting to rain a little bit. So this is where I'm at. What I got done today. So I got everything off of the bottom. Exhaust brackets. Fuel tank straps. Vacuum. Evaporator, whatever you want to call it. Shocks. Fuel line goes to the front. Brake line that goes to the front. Both gone. Got K-frame off. Got the fenders. Both the fenders off. The wiring harness is off. So I've got heater core left, brake booster, steering column. Got all the interior out. Well, not all of it. Most of it. Still have to take out the dash and the glass, and then it should be done. I took all the glass out of the doors. Hung my interior up in here. Get it up out of the way. A little bit of progress. I can call the blasters, have them come down and blast the engine bay. I want to do the whole bottom of the car. Excuse me. Have them do all of the trunk. Looks like they've been throwing some stuff in here for years, doesn't it? All the little scratches and dents. Black black paint on there for some reason, I don't know. But I need to take this rear glass out. And then, like I said, the dash, the steering column, and the heater core. I should probably take that back glass out too. And a little bit at a time, slow but sure. So it touches the garage door a little bit. I got the garage door up, but when I got the garage door down, I got miles of room. And this winter, I'm sure I won't be having that door up very often. This rubber buggy bumpers, I'm gonna get them off of there, and then I'm gonna call it night. Guess I was telling you guys the frame rails are nice on this car. Got that one tore up box there, but other than that, that's what a frame rail should look like. I've seen them completely crusted out before, I know that. Like that. Like that. Look how crappy they put on that quarter panel when they did it. Look at that. What a mess. What a mess. Ain't no wonder it rotted out. You can tell it's a different quarter panel. It's off of a red car. What a mess. Look at that. Look at that. They didn't even put it on there right. Golly. So I was thinking about it. And they charge you by the hour for the sandblasting. And you can see you got all this undercoating on here. So I decided that I think what I'm going to do is just take my heat gun and spend the day getting all the undercoating off, like this really thick right here, and that will save them some material, so that'd be less on the material, because if they have to blow that off and then hit the metal afterwards, it's going to be a lot more material and a lot more time. So I gotta save every dime I can. So therefore, I'm going to use my heat gun and my scraper, and I'm going to just try to get all the undercoating off of the bottom of the car today. It's pretty thick in here too. Across here, this little section here, I'm not worried about here because that's being replaced and that's being replaced. So just from here to about middle way where the line's at, both sides. So got my work cut out for me today. Like I said, if I get the undercoating off and get it down to bare metal, then they just have to do one pass through there and hit the bare metal and be done. And if that saves me time on the body, and then I can have them hit that, and then I can have them hit the rear end. That will get me a couple steps ahead of where I'm gonna be. Yeah, so undercoating, Woohoo! Oh my joy. I'll probably be here a while. I'm wore out. Yeah. All the undercoating scraped off. I didn't do the outer wheel wells because I'm replacing those. I didn't do the drop offs because I'm replacing those. But it shouldn't take very long for the sandblaster to get it blasted now with all the undercoating off. Save me some hours. Doesn't give it justice. That's a big ass pile. But you can see, so they replaced the quarter panel and only half, the rear half of the wheel well, outer wheel well. You can see where they spliced it together right there, because this one up here is the original. Because it's still, you can see it's still got the white paint on it. So they only replaced half. I don't know why. Maybe to give them something to match it up to. But anyways, I'll be replacing the whole thing, and also the quarter and the dropper down. And it looks like this was probably some of the damage from when it got hit. It probably got hit on this side, and that's why they replaced that quarter. So it's probably going to be pushed over a little, but it doesn't look like it's pushed over anywhere else, just that back spot. But anyways, man, it's been a long freaking day. Still need to take that off, transmission mount. Do a little bit more scraping around that, but that's pretty much it. This one up here, driver's side, I don't understand it. It had a lot of undercoating on it, but I guess not enough. Normally it'd be the passenger side, you would think. It would have rod on it, and that sucker's clean machine. Found a little bit more right there. It ain't too bad. And a couple more holes here. Easy peasy. Good night. Well, today's progress, and then I'm done. Got the dash out, the heater core out, steering column out. Got the brake booster out. Got the front and rear glass out. So she's a shell now. I'm just curious at how balanced it was, so I went ahead and flipped it all the way over. But anyways, pretty much ready for the sandblaster. I think I need to pull that rear trunk gasket off because it's glued on, so pull that off, that way they can hit that area too. I'm done. Night night. So today was National Clean Up Your Effing Mess Day, Joe. So I got most everything put away somewhere. I'm gonna get one of them little moving carts, set that on, and that. So all the parts actually fit inside there. There's my 73 440 warranty block. Anyways, got a cold. Got a bunch of stuff cleaned up. It'll be a lot better once I get my tool room over here, and all my bench and stuff can go away. That's all the awards my duster got. Oh, she's dusty, alright. Eh. Be cleaning that up and bagging it up here pretty soon. As soon as I get the room where I can push it all the way against that wall. My appointment is set for the blaster. Come in Thursday. Get her done. Well, shit. Quarter panel fell off. All this damn work I've been doing to it, and the frickin' quarter panel fell off. Ridiculous. Dusty covered up, moved over. Pretty funky in here, fellers. Pretty funky. Ladies, gentlemen. The outer tub's definitely getting changed. Man, I'm thinking about doing that inner one too. This being square tubing, I think, or square sheet metal, should I say. I think that I can cut up to where I get into some good metal. Up in here, and then just rebuild this piece here, which won't be too bad, and clean it all up. I think this would be a good area for some pour 15 in here, pour 15, so it encapsulates that. Yeah. same thing down here. Cut all this, cut this section here and replace it. Yay. Night night. So I think I'm gonna just start doing videos during the week and then get them all lined up, and then at the end of the week put out like one video that covers everything. That way I don't have a million videos going, and people get bored. So anyway, so this is kind of what I did here this evening. Went ahead and pulled this panel off because it was easier for me to hammer that back straight. I don't know if you guys remembered how crinkled it was over here. The whole thing was kind of smashed in, but it was easier for me to pull off and straighten up than it was to try to do it while it was on the car. So I just took all the little spot welds out and pulled it off, hammered it back straight. And new drop off is just sitting there. It's just held on by vice grips. So I just kind of test fitting to see. It still needs a little work back in here so they just slide in. But I got all the old quarter panel off. And just like I thought, that lip that goes right here was pretty tore up. Still some big holes. Not bad up to about there. And then it's got a little spot here that needs to be replaced, which is not going to be too big of a deal. But replace that lip. And I did find out from somebody that this was over way too far, so I kind of hammered on it a little bit and got it back over, kind of straightened it up right in this area. Starting to work on that crease that was right there, pulling on this and hitting this at the same time, so that will be where it's supposed to be, and it won't be a 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch in from where it was from the factory. I still didn't take this part off. Still got to drill out them. Drill. These here big boogers, I'll just have to grind the boogers out. But got it all the way back over to here. Got that extra stuff that was on the door there. And I did exactly like I said. I cut it to the front or outside, and then went back and bent the metal over and went in from the back side on those brays that they put on it. But everything still needs to be cleaned up. Take a grinder wheel to it, remove that section up there, and then I can work on getting the metal cleaned up. Put some 415 on that section there, be almost ready to start putting parts back on. I went ahead and ordered that inner wheel well because that other one was dented and rusty in too many places. So yeah, so this side of the car will be, well, I mean, that's just about every freaking part back here. Quarter panel, inner and outer wheel well, trunk gutter, trunk extension, straightening that piece out, but it'll be 100% better than it was, that's for sure, because it was rusty and crusty. Anyways, like I said, after this video I'll probably just start putting them all together at the end of a week. I still have to take this chrome off. I thought I had a bottle opener with a piece of tape wrapped around the head of it to keep this from denting, and I can't find it, so I'm gonna have to order me another pop bottle opener, and then I'll put a piece of tape on the end of it. That way when I'm cranking it open like a pop bottle, it won't damage the chrome here, and I can just start to pop it loose. And because that's got to be done, because the way that quarter goes, it actually rides up underneath here for a little bit. So some of these, that's definitely got to be cleaned up, but some of these, like this spot weld up in here, will have to be removed so that that can have the quarter panel slide up in it. Anyways, night night. Said I wasn't gonna take no videos for a while, but look, it showed up today. $10 by $12 value shed is what they call it. All metal with the floor, but I had to have this tool room because it was, I don't have no room, so I had to move the wires up. The guy caught a hold of my guide wires on my tower and almost pulled it over. He had it, I don't know, leaning to the side anyways, but had this wide opening here for him to get in. So once we got it over there, he was able to kind of nudge it. I went ahead and cut that overhang. See, it's got an overhang here. So over on this side, I cut that overhang off and moved that trim piece closer so I can push it all the way against the wall, and then I'll seal it around there. But this is why I have 10 pounds of shit in this 5-pound bag, and it was bursting at the fucking seams. Oh, excuse my language. Bursting at the seams. So here I am. I will be insulating, but I just can't move around in here, so all this stuff's gonna disappear. Engines, everything's gonna disappear, and I'm gonna organize it. Put me some, that's going in there. These cabinets are going in there. My toolbox is going in there. This pallet racking, I'll have to cut it down a little bit to make it fit in there, but it makes a good bench. So that will be going in there. I'm hoping I'll have room to put my air compressor and my torch bottles. See, I got plenty of hose for my torch. I could stretch that all the way across the garage probably. But hopefully I can get my torch bottles in there. And yeah, so definitely got to insulate it. And that's what I've done. I pushed it up against the garage, cut a hole here. I'm gonna re-put the header in and redo everything here. Make it stronger, of course. Insulate in here, and yay, I have more room. And then I'll be able to get back on that and feel comfortable doing it without having to step over stuff on that side to get around it. Yeah. Anyways, here it is. I'm gonna put some electrical in it, put some lights in it, and I got it set up no windows. I don't want no windows in here, because the only thing that's gonna be in here is my tools. But on that back wall, I'll build some shelves, and I'll get me a bunch of totes where I can just, you know, put totes along there all the way across the back there and organize my 10 pounds of shit. Mopar collectors, you know how we are. But why do I hold on to old master cylinders? Maybe because I'm afraid that they're gonna run out one of these days, and them are rebuildable. So, you know, just dumb shit like that. Yep. Duster, trim rings, alternators, water pump housings, transmission casings. Oh yeah, and that was all the shit that was on my bench. Figured the easiest way was start throwing it in the buckets in the box and just slide it the hell out of the way for now till I get everything back in here. But I did get the inner wheel well, came in today. I just slid it up in there. But here I am, once again, starting to get this going and get it all figured out and cleaned up. My new tool room. This has been, I don't know, 8 years in the making. I've been wanting to get one of these for a long time, but it's here. I'll probably go in there and add some more 2x4s on that back wall just for extra strength, and make them 16s instead of whatever they got back there. It looks like 48 or something. Who knows? You know how they do when they build these things. They try to do them as cheap as possible. But she's level. Definitely got to insulate though. Woo-wee, that wall's cold. Alright. Anybody wants to come help me, they can. Just kidding. Today in the life of Mopar and the 73 Charger. Santa Claus came early. Shout out to Andy Pohl. Sent me some nice fenders. Showed up. Went freight. Packaged nice. 71, 72 rear bumper brackets. We could tuck the bumpers in. Some brake hardware. A beautiful rocker panel. So yeah, moving right along. If you're wondering why I got fenders, it's because mine are pretty tore up. Dented up in here. A lot of Bondo in this area. Crust hole there. But I'm not going to throw them away, guys. I plan on putting them in the basement and later on pulling them out, working them over, making them nice again, cutting out the metal. And this one, driver's side was the worst. I can't get to it there, but the whole front section is rotted out. And then it got a big dent there where a tree fell on it out front years ago. But not gonna get rid of them. Just hold on to them and try to straighten them up later on. But yep, here we go. Another piece of the puzzle. This will make life a little easier when it comes to restoring this car. Got some little bit of bubbling going on there. Pretty straight overall. See a couple little dings here and there. Driver's side looks real nice. Someone filled in the marker light hole. But, yep. Yay, here we go. Night night. This is where I at. 3 bags, box full of stuff. But I can almost walk down the side of my car now. That will be disappearing over there. My race ramps will go underneath the duster. So this trunk lid will be able to slide all the way against the wall. Slant 6 head, set of J heads. Whole 30-pound bottle of R12. Stuff I can't get rid of. The new axles for the 8 3/4 for this car. The parts for this car. And just to prove I'm not going to be hoarding, stuff that I'm getting rid out of my garage. The head that used to be on my 440, it's cracked. I have probably 6-inch crack all the way down the exhaust side. V6 heads. Yeah, I don't plan on owning another V6. 2-barrel cast iron. I don't know. I probably should keep that exhaust over there. Get me jacking around because them things crack a lot. But anyways, I'll pull that back out because I don't want to get rid of that. But getting stuff moved. All my crates got emptied out today. Tool room's coming together. It's just a lot of moving and packing and moving and packing, and that's just scrap metal. I'll probably take a lot of that out there to that pile. Keep like the bins. But let's see. So I'm trying to utilize every inch in here. Glass cabinet, it's awkward. Only one way you can set it, where the door's right there so you can put parts in. But I got plenty of room to stand in here if I need to. And my toolbox in here. My press. In that corner will be the air compressor, and then that will leave from that green all the way over here. So I got another 2 toolboxes that I'll probably be bringing in here. My original 360 from when I was 19. It's all rebuilt. Heads are done, set of J heads. It's 30 over. So I got some totes to organize all my parts. I got exterior body parts, engine brackets, engine parts, windshield brake and AC parts, interior parts, suspension parts, and then we got electrical parts, brand new parts still in the electrical parts, brand new parts still in there with like brake lines and stuff for the 73. A couple radios. That would be exterior parts like turn signal lenses, horns, stuff like that. But I got 2 more behind that one, 2 more behind that one, and then a whole set of rallies down there. Some new stuff still in the package here. Set of headlights for a Duster that's got the red halo on them. Racing belts, seat belts. Brand new alternator, 1 wire. There's a brand new chrome alternator in that. And then up there, I had to keep my calipers. I had to keep my master cylinders. But oxygen acetylene, torch hose, yeah, all this stuff will disappear slowly. I did a lot of shit today, excuse my language, but it's coming together. I'm going to use that extra insulation I think I told you guys up here on this roof here. So yeah, a lot of that metal is going to leave. That block needs to go to the machine shop and be boiled, sonic test, and check to just see if I can maybe get away with just honing it. Needs a line bore and cam bearings and all that good stuff. So that'll be disappearing, going to the machine shop. I'll probably hang all these tags up somewhere just so I can be cool like that. And then I'll have to rebuild a shelf to put all Dusty's awards back up. I'm moving that cabinet over here above that cabinet because that's the way it was supposed to be in the first place. Match set. I only use this when I'm painting and stuff, so because it's, you know, it's expensive to replace filters and stuff, so I only use that whenever I'm painting or primering or anything like that. So I got it set up where I can just plug my hose into it and then hook on that side and utilize that. Right here is where I'm going to have my air line coming out of the wall. I'll insulate all that back up. That's my outside light timer. Anyways, you guys don't need to know all that. But that dust is still covered up. So that's what I done today. Oh yeah, I went ahead and wired this to a switch. That way it's separate from my garage. That way when I'm out here, you know, sandblasting or something, I'll be able to shut this light out, not use all the lights. This is going to have a door on it, and then I'm going to have a vent come in here. So I'll probably move my thermostat in here. That way if I'm out here sandblasting or working on something on the bench or something, I can heat this area, just this one room, and stay warm while I'm sandblasting, because there's going to be tons of stuff I need to get sandblasted, you know, rear end parts and spring parts and stuff like that. But anyways, yay, night night. Look at all this room. So I got Dusty all the way against the wall. Well, you know what I mean. It's not hidden. She's close. Got a couple toolboxes in. Got some of the stuff cleaned off of there. Still got some more. I'm gonna build another shelf back there where I can put some more totes up so that these hoses can disappear and that bunkle of wire can disappear, and just little stuff now. It's getting down there to the nitty gritty. I'm almost where I can get started on putting this thing together. Got room to walk down this side. Amazing. Quarter panels for my other duster out back. Well, my son came down today and helped me. We got the whole roof insulated. So, should hold some heat in here now. Well, we almost got it done. I didn't want to block off the vent. So I still need to insulate around that, and I need to set it up where I can put a flap on it where it opens and closes with all three of them, because I don't want all my heat going out them holes. And then we was short 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little spots. But I'm not going to go buy another bag just for those spots, because then I'll have extra insulation just laying around. But anyways, I just checked a minute ago. It was 59 degrees outside, and I'm reading 63 in here. So I think it's working. And that's probably just the heat from the lights. But I got the door open. Or if I shut the door, I better, the heat from the lights will warm it up in here. Yay, that's great. Still gotta build a shelf to get all Dusty's awards back on the wall somewhere. Haven't decided where yet. Still gotta work on that header. But moved some stuff around up there, straightened it up. Alright, I'm going in. Night-night. So I forgot I had that thing in the basement. Pulled it out. Replaced one of the hoses was dry rotted on the end, so I just had to cut it off and stick it back on the pump. The fan was a little sticky. Squirted some oil in that. It fired back up. I had that thing way back when I was doing Dusty over in Kansas City, Missouri. And the garage I was working in over there was a metal building. Didn't have any insulation in it at all. So when I would run that thing, I would have to point it kind of directly wherever I was set to work on the car to keep me warm in that metal garage. Where this one, I think, is a little different because it's insulated in here and it's not as big as that garage was. So it's heating this area up pretty good. I think it's going to work out fine because I don't want to have to stop working on my car in the winter because I don't like the cold. I hate the cold. The cold sucks. I would rather sit out on a 105 heat index day. It doesn't bother me if I got a shade spot, but the cold I don't like. So I've had it running about 15 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes, and I'm at 57 degrees in here, and it's nice and comfortable. So I think I'll be able to run it for a while, shut it off, and then it should hold the heat in here for a while. That's my next test. I'm going to test and see how long. I figure I'll get it up to about 60 degrees, somewhere around there, 60, 65. And then I'll shut the door and shut it off and see how long it holds. I did notice I got some daylight over here. So I'm going to have to find something to lay along there to get that closed up, or readjust that where when I latch it, it holds it down to the sill, because the sill's still there, it's just crooked. Anyways, but yeah, I want to do that because I'll definitely want to continue on, because if I stop because of it's being cold out here, I will never get nothing done. I did order one of those other diesel heaters that I can mount in here and run the exhaust out the wall. And I'm going to give that a try and see if it works to heat this area. If it doesn't heat the whole garage, then I'll just put it in my tool room and just use it to heat that area, because that door is going to be going on there here pretty soon. And I'm going to finish that up, get that part done, and re-insulate this wall over here. And then I got that one roll that needs insulated up there. And then the other day I noticed the back wall isn't insulated either, so I'll probably get that insulated. And then on the top of the door, see, when the wind hits it, it kind of opens it up. Thought about just getting one of those noodles, pool noodles, and just put it across the top up here on this lip. That way it seals it off. But yeah, and we are at 59. Sweet. Night night.